Coming up on Mountain News this morning, last night Kentuckians gathered to celebrate the winners of this year's East Kentucky Leadership Awards.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning and a happy Friday to you, Mountain family. I'm Amelia Lee. It's April 25th and it is 6 o'clock this morning, which means that meteorologist Megan Dusmall has everything we need to know weather-wise that's going on this morning. Megan, I can't really remember. I was in a rush to get out that door today. It was kind of hot, probably.
It wasn't terrible.
I know it might be getting hotter. I saw on your 7-day, we had something in the 60s, like on Sunday. Yeah. It's the only hope I have.
Yeah, we're going to see those temperatures kind of fluctuating throughout the next couple days. But yeah, she gave you a preview. We're dropping down to the upper 60s and low 70s on Sunday. But don't worry, we'll get back up to the 80s on Monday. So it's going to warm right back up. Current temperatures, though, this morning aren't bad. As I mentioned, we're mainly sitting in the upper 50s and low 60s. But we will be warming up as we're heading into the afternoon with the 70s back in the forecasting, upper 70s as you're traveling towards Pikeville. Live pinpoint Doppler radar showing some pop-up showers this morning. And then as you're going through the next couple hours and maybe heading off to Hillbilly Days, here's what you need to know. We'll start to see that first chance of some showers as you're heading into the afternoon. Some storm chances are in the forecast. Could see some heavier rain. This will be kind of scattered showers that we're looking throughout the day. So not all day we'll be seeing that rain, just here and there. And then we'll see a nice little clearing before we go into your Saturday, where we're just looking at the remainder of the rain moving out with light to sprinkles for your Saturday. Overall, not too bad for the next couple of days. Amelia.
Thank you, Megan. The East Kentucky Leadership Foundation is hosting its annual conference this week, celebrating the leaders that make their communities and the region a better place. WYMT's Buddy Forbes shares a look at the event that put a spotlight on this year's award winners.
The sun shines bright on my old Kentucky home.
An award ceremony celebrating Appalachian advocates.
They're on the same mission. And that's to make Eastern Kentucky the best.
Every year, it's a great privilege to get to select leaders who have demonstrated remarkable devotion to their communities.
The East Kentucky Leadership Awards brought movers and shakers from throughout the mountains to the stage in Manchester.
Professional, fair, unbiased, trustworthy.
Inviting Governor Andy Beshear to share in the celebration.
Talk about the incredible work being done by local leaders in government, in nonprofits, in business, to reflect on how far we've come these last 5 years, but what the opportunity is ahead of us.
Governor Beshear said highlighting the work of the 8 recipients of this year's awards gives people a look at the projects and the partnerships that power a region.
Kentucky and what we're all about and what we're capable of.
We're recognizing a lot of people tonight who don't always get credit. So to say thank you is an incredible testament to their work, and it's also the right thing to do.
Recognizing progress and potential while planting seeds for future work.
But it also encourages other people to do the same. Now, talking about somebody's great work might inspire that next person. And we need everybody out there doing everything they can to make life better for our people. And there's so many inside that are doing just that.
Showing the region what it means to be a leader.
It is because of folks like tonight's recipients that we can truly say, you're home here.
In Clay County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
The awards showcase also included special music from Charity Gilbert. Organizers say they are now planning for the final day of the conference today. The conference will continue with another day of sessions and youth entrepreneurship discussions. And organizers say they are excited to see what ideas and innovation come from the breakouts. Those will include discussions about barriers, disaster resilience, and even more.
And we're hoping to have good attendance tomorrow for our concurrent sessions to dig in deeper on important elements of entrepreneurship.
Day 2 of the event will begin this morning at 8 and close out after a luncheon with a message from Appalachian Regional Commission Federal Co-Chair Gail Manchin. Governor Andy Beshear hosted a Team Kentucky briefing yesterday. In his update from Frankfort, the governor addressed where FEMA denied assistance to several counties impacted by the February flooding. In his briefing, the governor said they will appeal the decision to help families get the support that they need.
The challenge is that the law requires that there is enough damage in a specific area in a county for the families in that county to get the assistance. Now, that probably doesn't seem very fair to the family in that county that thinks, why can't I just go to the adjacent county, go to their disaster recovery center and get help? Unfortunately, that's not the way the law is written.
The governor says the state will work with cities and counties that were denied public assistance. As of today, President Donald Trump has not yet signed Beshear's disaster declaration for the April floods. Also in his briefing, the governor announced a new operation will be established in Bell County. E&E Hardwood plans to add 37 new jobs and more than $2 million to expand operations in the area. E&E Hardwoods is a sawmill operation that supports the local logging and lumber production industries. A fire destroyed the company's previous location in the county back in December. Earlier this week, we reported on a new FBI crime report saying Americans lost more than $16 billion to online scams last year. The American Association of Retired Persons Kentucky President Gary Adkins says the numbers released on Wednesday are devastating for the entire community, but especially seniors. He says most scammers target people over the age of 60 because they have life savings, and if they fall for the attempt, the scammer gets a bigger payout. He says scammers often impersonate trustworthy names to trick victims into releasing personal information.
If you get something and it's something unusual from a friend or a loved one, you may want to contact them directly and say, hey, did you send something to me? Because they may not have. It may be a scam. It may be a con.
AARP Kentucky will host Scam Jam on June 4th at Lexington Senior Center to educate anyone on how to watch out for scams. Entry and lunch are both free. National Work Zone Awareness Week is wrapping up, and now a new bill, House Bill 664, would direct the state's transportation cabinet to create a pilot program for automated speed enforcement in highway work zones. Citations would be issued to drivers going 10 miles per hour over the posted speed limit when there is at least one worker in a highway work zone. The bill is named the Jared Lee Helton Act of 2025. The Salyersville native died in 2019 after being hit in a construction site crash in Tennessee.
Even if you don't see people working, it can still be a dangerous situation. Crashes can still occur, especially with those different lane patterns that can often take people by surprise.
The bill's co-sponsor, Representative Rachel Rourke, says legislature will be looking at the effectiveness of the program before it becomes a permanent fixture of Kentucky highways. She says efficiency will be measured in how many citations are issued, staffing capabilities, and public feedback. A pop-up clinic for drivers' licenses and real IDs provided extremely popular in an eastern Kentucky county yesterday. Estill County hosted an opportunity for some people to get their IDs without having to travel to a regional office. As WYMT's Phil Pendleton discovered, many people wish this kind of service was just permanent.
Stein Tipton is waiting to get a new driver's license, but instead of waiting in long lines at a regional office, she was able to stay much closer to home.
Well, I've always got mine in Irvin, and it's just different now. Everything's different.
Thursday's pop-up clinic quickly filled up. All 36 appointments were gone in less than an hour.
I think it's just sad it's not here like it always was. But I'm older, and I see a lot of change, and it's always going to be changed. So
people that do not have a real ID only have until May 7th to get one. They'll soon be required to board domestic flights and to visit some federal buildings and military bases. Officials here in Estill County say they offer these local real ID appointments twice a year, once in the month of April, and they will do it again in August. Many people in Estill County say they would normally travel to the regional office in Richmond, which had a line and a lot of people waiting Thursday. Marilyn Rader was glad to be able to get one of the 36 slots in her local community.
I just think it's so much more convenient, and I certainly wish they would bring it back to the counties.
Officials say other counties without regional offices also have similar pop-up clinics from time to time. In Estill County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
A bill that was filed in this past session that would return issuance of traditional driver's license to circuit court clerks' offices, but it did not receive a vote. Agriculture Commissioner Jonathan Shell signed a proclamation Thursday declaring the month of April as Goat Month in Kentucky. In part of a statement, Shell says the month is to celebrate the diversity goats bring to the state's agricultural landscape. Kentucky has roughly 5,800 dairy goats that produce quality breeding stock, ranking them as the 23rd state in the country in that category.
We're still watching some pop-up showers throughout the region this morning. We'll continue to see showers in the forecast and some slight chances of some storms. Here's a look at live pinpoint Doppler radar. As you see, the rain kind of picking up towards the end of that radar loop. Temperatures this morning sitting in the 50s and 60s, so you won't need that winter coat, but you might need that raincoat, of course. Here's what you can expect as you head into the afternoon. Mid to upper 70s, seeing some low 70s as you travel more towards Virginia. 71 degrees for Wise and Logan, West Virginia. And we'll see those temperatures warming up as you're heading into the afternoon. Here's a look at what you can expect in Pikeville for Hillbilly Days, seeing the high temperatures around that 4 o'clock mark. We see those rain chances spotted throughout the day with some slight chances of storms. Amelia.
Thank you, Megan. It's now 6:11. We have more mountain news on the way. U.S. negotiators meet in Moscow about ended the Ukraine war, but the talks for a treaty come with steep concessions.